You guys probably already know this, but variety is really important when it comes to strength training. Basically, so your body gets a little surprised and has to make adaptations, right? And that's how it changes, and that's why more people need to be doing resistance bands in addition to their machines and free weights. And that's why it's also not a bad idea for you to occasionally, mix in some free weights, right? Especially, but one other way you can get variety is in grips, right? So here I'm using what's called a neutral grip, and it just feels totally different than the handle. And what you want to do is grab the band by the black sleeve and just do your movements with with this different feeling, right? And so this is a chest move, and now I'm pulling it down, and I'm lifting a leg at the same time, which looks funny, but it's also just mixing things up, right? This is what's called a face pull. So again, here's my traditional stretch, and it just feels a little different with this neutral grip. It's pretty typical of human nature to not do any exercising until you're injured and then go to physical therapy to get rehab. And trust me, on some level, I'm happy for that, because that means that physical therapy clinics stay in business and they buy the PTwall for rehab. But I'm more on the prehab side of things, and I'd really like to see more people do movements like these to keep from getting injured, right? So they're pretty simple, and the reason why this is mostly a shoulder series is because shoulders get injured probably the easiest of all, especially with our athletes, right? So whether you're an athlete or your child is an athlete and you're trying to keep them on the field, court, or track, make sure you have them doing some of these movements at home and do them yourself, right? It's just really important to keep those injuries away. I often talk about how my worlds collide because I'm still an athlete, but I'm also kind of a bodybuilder, right? And I also like to work on my flexibility. And so, with this workout, all those worlds really combine, where I'm working on my athleticism, which is also going to build my legs and shape my legs, right? So that's why so many athletes have great bodies, honestly, because sports require you to move in really strange ways, right? Where you're being contorted, and you're having to make fast movements in different directions, and so it's actually kind of easy to get hurt playing a sport. And so if you have the system at home and you're using it with a child, this is going to build a lot of durability with them. If you've noticed, I've turned around here and I'm working my legs in all these different directions while connected. Now you have to be careful with this because you're always being pulled backwards, and so it really makes you connect to the ground with your feet. But you can just work the entire hip region from every direction and build power and speed, like with this move here.